Just got the second interior lineup today for the Paddock Paradise. Still need to put tensioners on it and put proper slices instead of tying it. This area right here is double boarded because the horses have this area as a dry lot, and also this area is part of the Paddock Paradise. So horses on both sides wanted rails on both sides. I like to keep geldings and they tend to get a little pushy with each other. There's a lot of dead wood on the ground, which I am actually going to leave. I find the horses leave the fences alone if I give them something good to chew on. I come here to the area where this is going to be taken out when the track is ready, and then we'll have the true Paddock Paradise. I've been doing some tree limbing. This needs to be cleaned up before they come in. Some more of this track. It's a great sandy soil. We have a ton of natural rocks, which should be great for their feet. Now this is something I need to take care of before the horses go in. This is death camas. It is highly toxic, but it's also a native perennial bulb, so I'm going to be transplanting them to an area where the horses cannot get to. Again, I need to get these limbs out here before the boys come. We did that to get them off of the electric line, to keep the electric line working better, and also as fire prevention. Oh, here's something interesting. This is some native phlox. I'll probably also transplant that. I like it, and we don't have a whole lot on our property. So we're coming up to the first corner. This is the area we need to finish getting the top rail and top cap on. And we're going to have a gate in the corner here so that we can walk off the property easily. So that should be done in a few days. So I also made this corner a little bit bigger. A little bit of a loafing area in here for the horses, not huge. This area is a little bit narrower, hoping to get the horses to move a little bit quicker through here. Again, lots of rocks in this area, lots of brush. You can see a lot of people put in Paddock Paradise to keep their horses off of the lush green grass. I am not doing that because I do not have lush green grass. But I'm doing this as a way to increase movement, give the horses some varied terrain, but also erosion control. This is really sandy soil, and the horses just desecrate the plants. So keeping some plants in the center, be erosion control, and also just keeping some of these natural sage steppe plants alive and around. Here's our next corner that we need to finish fencing. Almost done, but that's just this weekend. Again, a little bit bigger corner with cutoffs. Some more downed dead wood. Here's an example. For now, I just tied the poly tape together. I'm going to be getting splicers and inline tensioners to keep that nice and tight. We did a really sturdy wood fence on the outside because we have a lot of folks who trail ride by, and I want to make sure there's a good strong fence in between my horses and the neighbors. Well, the inside, if they get through that, they're just getting into my own property. They can't go anywhere, so that's why I just went with a really simple 2-line electric. Now here, this was when our house was built. The fill was dumped here. It kind of separated into one really big lump, a saddle, and a smaller hump. We opted to leave them. I don't think the horses are going to be able to jump out or even really want to go on that second hump. It's really, really rocky, big boulders. But there's the saddle they can go through, which is a good terrain, or they have the option of going through this narrow gap right here. And this comes up into another loafing area here. We need to finish fencing that section. Going to be putting a couple of gates with a padlock, and then finish that section. And just a nice loafing area next to the hay barn where I've been trying to put a lot of rocks along the bottom, both for drip control, keeping it from eroding the ground right there, and also to keep the horses from trying to get into the hay shed. Chief likes to nuzzle his face underneath fences to get everything that's available. So this might be a little bit of a challenge. Eventually through this strip we're going to have gravel in the path right here, and then run in sheds, the openings being about where the fence is right now. So this is going to be kind of a neat little breezeway, hangout, expanded loafing shed. And that completes the tour of this Paddock Paradise.